So let me just share something with you, gang. I've been watching the Olympics, and there's some really powerful things. I want to tie it to you because I had an epiphany, right? So for those of you who haven't watched the Olympics, I'm not into sports, right? But these are very interesting things that occurred. Simone Biles, she's an American gymnast, and she got the twisties, meaning that her brain and her body wasn't working well, wasn't talking to each other. So she actually dropped out of some of the competitions. So she took the risk of being judged by others because she was at the Olympics and she's dropping out of these events, but she gave it to her cohorts to do. Well, when her cohorts were doing the things that she was supposed to be participating in, you would see her on the sidelines cheering her teammates. Not being jealous, but cheering them on, not being upset, but cheering them on to win. Annie Lazor, an American swimmer, and if I mess up any of these names, I apologize to these people. She missed the gold medal in swimming by 2 seconds. She got the bronze, not even the silver. But you know what she was excited about, what she was elated about, was that the fact that the South African swimmer, Tatiana Schoenmaker, who was swimming right next to her, actually set a new world's record. So here she is competing, and her competitor broke a new world's record, and that's what she was excited about, not that she got the bronze. Denmark beat China in the volleyball singles, and the two players actually exchanged their T-shirts as a sign of respect to one another. Guattari and an Italian high jumper, they were friends, the high jumpers, they actually tied in the Olympics. So they were supposed to have a jump off to see who would actually win the gold. They both decided to not do the jump off so they could share the gold medal. This blows my mind. In the 800 meters runner competition, the Botswana runner fell and tripped the U.S. runner. The U.S. runner, he thought he could have won this competition. Well, when he got tripped, instead of getting angry, he helped his colleague up, and they both ran to the finish line shoulder to shoulder. Of course, they both came in last, but they were just wonderful. So anyway, here's what I learned in watching and hearing all these athletes' stories and sharing their experiences, because they would talk about it afterwards. Here's what I learned, what they all had in common. What all of these athletes had in common, gang, is their love for their sport, their passion for their sport. There was no room for ego. There was no room for resentment. There was no room for jealousy, because the love and passion they had for their sport was more than their own individual wants and desires. And what really inspired me about all of this is when I had this epiphany of these folks and the love for their sport, I thought of you. I thought of Power Agents. You know, during this time, what I've noticed during this pandemic and watching people share and being on these calls and being on Facebook, what I say is that you have such a love for this industry of making a difference in the world, using real estate as the tool, helping one another. You know, in my mind, you guys are like these Olympians. You're like the Olympic agents of real estate, because you have such a love and care for other people. And that's what makes you special. It's my honor, Julie's honor, the whole team, to help you, to work with you, and to help you get to your next level. So be more of that this week. Focus on making a difference. Have a love for real estate. Bring people together, and the money shall follow.